That was a little abrupt. Okay. Remember to stay hydrated, and today I'm going to give you guys the first look into the brand new Data Crew Snacktime Sling. This may be the ultimate sling bag for all of you EDC enthusiasts. For now, sit back, relax, and let's get it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist. My name is Brandon, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a first look at the brand new Data Crew Snacktime Sling. This may be the most customizable EDC sling bag that I've ever had come through my hands, and I'm excited to show you guys what this thing is all about. First off, if you guys don't know who Data Crew is, they are a company based out of LA, California, and they hand make these EDC pouches and now a sling bag. The What a Slider and What a Junior are perfect EDC carriers, but now they've expanded into the sling bag territory. You guys can call it a satchel, a man purse, a fanny pack, whatever you want to say. I call it a sling bag, and the Snacktime Sling is something different. Let's get right into it and show you what this thing is all about. So first off, this is a 3¼ liter sling bag, so it's not too big or too small. That way you can fit a ton of stuff inside. I'll show you guys how I have this thing loaded up. It's made with a 1050 denier Cadora ballistic outer shell, so this thing is going to be very, very durable. The zippers built into the bag are also very nice. They're YKK number 5 AquaGuard zippers, so they are going to be a little bit more water resistant. And then a huge selling point for me is going to be this front loop field, so that way you can customize it to your heart's content with your own patches. I'll give you guys a quick size comparison. So here it is next to the Article 130 SE from Dan Matsuda. And having these side by side, the Snacktime Sling is going to be just a little bit bigger than the 130 SE. Let's show you guys on the width dimension. Again, the Snacktime Sling is going to be a little bit thicker in that sense, which is not a problem whatsoever. I'll show you guys the interiors here in just a moment. And then of course the back side of Matsuda and the Snacktime Sling. Let's bring over the Air Sling 2, and yeah, you guys can just see the differences here. The Air Sling 2 is going to be a little bit slimmer and sleeker, but the biggest drawback on the Air Sling 2 is there is no loop field on it whatsoever. I feel like the Snacktime Sling took the qualities of the Air Sling 2 as well as the Dan Matsuda 130 and then put it all into one unique package. Now, just to give you guys a size reference of how big this loop field is, here is a What a Slider pouch next to it, and you can see that it has a ton more space. It's probably the same surface area as 2 What a Sliders next to each other. Again, that's super beneficial if you are into collecting rees or showing them off. I will definitely be wearing this thing at Blade Show West and pretty much any convention that I attend in the future. Now let's talk about the exterior build quality of this sling bag, and it is amazing. You can just feel the quality that's built into it. It goes for about 165 bucks, which is not bad, especially because I dropped $300 on that Matsuda pouch. But in terms of the overall feel, when I go to grip it and everything, it feels of same quality as a Matsuda, if not better. In terms of the strap itself, it does have a secondary retention loop just to kind of keep everything in place and sturdy. And then Data Crew have gone ahead and threaded in this PVC patch with their branding, which is very subtle. I love that it's monochrome, and it does appeal to the aesthetic of the overall bag. Moving forward, we've got a clip, so there is one side that is detachable. In terms of the strap, that does feel very robust, and it can take a beating over time. This sling is very adjustable. They actually add in a ton of retention here. That way, if you're a bigger person, if you're a smaller person, if you're trying to wrap this around a seat or whatever it is, you can easily adjust it with this loop. I love that they added in this elastic loop, so that way this strap isn't just flopping around all over the place. Now let's get into the bread and butter and the stuff that keeps everything organized in terms of your everyday carry. First off, on the front side, there is going to be a zipper that is weather guarded. You'll see the orange high-vis interior. That way you can just store anything that you want in there. I would probably throw in some band-aids, maybe my phone or my car keys. This is just a really accessible front pocket, and one of my most favorite things about this is the fact that the zipper actually hides behind this little notch here. When I first got the sling, I didn't really notice that. I would just let the zipper kind of dangle, but if you want to keep your patches a little bit more clean and have the sling look clean in a hole, you can literally just zip it a little bit more, and then the zipper pull just snugs right into this little pocket. It prevents it from making a lot of noise, and I just really like the attention to detail with this little add-on. Now moving it to the back side, there is another weather guarded zipper with more high vis orange, and this is really good for passports, your wallets, stuff that's gonna be a little bit harder to access. That's really good if you're gonna be in a big city where pickpocketing is a thing, so you can store your valuables closest to your body. And it's gonna be really difficult for someone to reach back there and open up this zipper versus that front side pocket. I just have my field notes inside this, and then I'll probably load it up with some other things, maybe a secondary knife or whatever it is. Now let's move on to the thing that you guys have all been waiting for, the main compartment of this pouch. And first off, there's gonna be two zippers that hold everything together. That way you can access it on either side, and there is a ton of stuff in here. So I've got my Data Crew What Junior EDC pouch that just kind of sits in this section of the sling. If you guys know me, you know that I like to carry my pouches inside sling bags or backpacks. This is just the perfect area for a What Junior or even a What Slider. I've got my Everyday Minimalist Hank that's sitting in here. Now on the interior of the sling bag, there is going to be a really nice mesh net here, so that way you can store things. I actually have some snacks in here. It's called the Snacktime Sling, so might as well put some snacks into the Snacktime sling bag. Man, that was a lot to say, but you can really just put anything that you would want in here. If you want it to be protected, any other EDC gear, I can throw a bell song in there if I want to. It's just really nice that you have this orange high vis behind this net so you can actually see what's inside the pocket. We'll flip this thing around a little bit and show you this portion of the sling bag. And this is what's really cool about this thing, is it is modular. What modular means is you can actually take this out. Oh my gosh, that's some really strong hook and loop. Okay, that was a little abrupt. I think I might make up the intro. Okay, but essentially this is a removable EDC tray organizer that has some hook on the back, and then the sling bag actually has some loop on the back side. And the cool thing about this is you can load this thing up with a bunch of patches. If you're a dad, you can fit more diapers in here and then just put this to the side. Or if you're like me and you like a ton of gear, you can literally just take this thing out, load it up, and then just slap it back inside the sling bag. So I guess I'm gonna call this the accessory tray. I'm not sure if that's what it's actually called, but we'll use that for this video. On the left-hand side, it's gonna be very familiar to the What Slider. So to give you guys a quick reference, here it is next to the What Slider. It has this very similar elastic banding, and then as well as a backside pocket. So I've just gone ahead and put in my bit driver, as well as my Tie EDC adjustable wrench, and then a pen that just sits all well within this area. And then over to the right-hand side, this is gonna be quite a bit different than anything that I've ever seen. You're gonna have two pockets, one larger pocket that's a little bit taller, and then a smaller pocket that's gonna be behind that. And then in addition to that, there's going to be a removable loop, elastic loop setup here. This also does have the hook and loop, but you can choose to take this out and you can use this loop field for maybe some of your most expensive or most valuable close to heart patches. That way those ones don't have to endure the outside elements. But it's just really cool how modular this setup is. You can even hook this thing up to the interior of the sling if you want to. Another thing that Los told me is you can actually put this add-on into a What Slider and then basically add an extra layer to the What Slider or even the What Junior. But the overall attention to detail in this overall EDC accessory tray is just insane. Data Crew is also going to be making more things that you can hook onto this interior loop. So I guess the world is your oyster when it comes to interior modular customization that is just so badass for everyday carry. And with me being an EDC gear junkie, I just love to have things on me, so this is perfect. Last but not least, let's talk about ergonomics and how comfortable it is to wear this thing. Now, as I showed you guys before, my other sling bags are going to be the AirSling 2 and then the 130 SE. And the biggest problem I had with the 130 SE are these removable straps. This thing isn't very comfortable to carry around, especially if I'm at a convention for hours on end. It just feels really weird carrying it around, and then the strap just kind of digs into my shoulder and it's kind of uncomfortable after a few hours. The AirSling 2, on the other hand, does have thicker straps and it feels like it's a higher quality. So I do enjoy carrying this thing around a little bit more than the Matsuda, but the trade-off is it doesn't have as much interior organization as the Matsuda. So whether I'm carrying the Matsuda or the AirSling 2, there are going to be trade-offs and compromises. However, my overall experience with the Snacktime Sling has been phenomenal. You get the best of both worlds, like I said, out of the 130 SE and the AirSling 2. It's got very comfortable straps, and I did wear this thing for, what was it, like 6 hours on 4th of July? And this thing just looks so much more aesthetically appealing. I've got the monochrome aesthetic going. If I want to wear some red, maybe I can throw some red patches on it. Whatever color it may be, I can really transform the sling to whatever I want. And I think that's going to be the biggest benefit of this new sling bag. The modularity with this bag is bar none, and I think it's going to be an absolute game changer. Who do I think the sling bag is for? This is going to be for the person that likes to carry stuff on them. Whether you're into EDC gear, if you like to carry snacks with you, if you like to carry a water bottle with you, if you're into customizing your loadout, this is the perfect answer. Yeah, you might get people that bash on you for carrying a man purse, but f them. The cool thing about everyday carry is you can customize your very own loadout to fit your personal needs and wants. That's literally the coolest thing about everyday carry. Now, if you guys are interested in getting the Snacktime Sling, make sure that you guys go over to Data Crew's website, scroll down to the very bottom of their website, and make sure that you sign up for their super secret club newsletter. They're only releasing 75 of these for now, so let's do our very best and support them so that way they can make more of these sling bags. Data Crew isn't paying me anything to say any of this in this overview, and I just really like to rep really good products. Oh, and one last thing before you guys go, use code EDM for 10% off at Data Crew. They just wanted to hook up our community, so guys, have at it with that discount code. If you guys made it this far in the video, throw me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, throw me a thumbs down, and I promise to you I'll do better next time. Aside from that, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll have to catch you on the next one. Peace out.